Okay, hey guys. This video was supposed to come out June 14th for the live thing that we were supposed to do for all of our projects. May 31st for the David Epic live that we were supposed to do. It did not end up working the live stream because YouTube being YouTube, and we had to record what would have been the live stream. So we recorded the initial video, which was supposed to be this. That It was supposed to come out June 14th. We had even posted it until I checked the posted audio. I checked the posted video and there was no audio. I went back, checked the file, there's no audio either. So I'm like, what happened? And then I realized I had to re-record it. Now, around that time it had been very busy, didn't have enough time to do it with all the projects that we've been doing, and essentially I didn't have enough time to record it. So, June 14th was special because it's the day that we started to do this kind of stuff with movies that were below a semi-professional quality, but now our stuff is semi-professional or professional, and we're trying to do it to the highest quality, give you a spark of biblical media for you to enjoy. And essentially, that means that um, we've been doing this for around 4 years now, and the name of whatever this is has changed over years, but we have now settled on TestaMeant Studios. It just sounds the best and it feels the best. So, we're celebrating TestaMeant Studios. Now, what better way to celebrate this amazing company than by celebrating the projects that it's been able to accomplish? So, let's focus on doing that right now. Essentially, let's talk about David Epic series right now. This is going to be a pretty long rant. Trust me. I know it's going to feel unnecessary, but you'll understand why it's so necessary in just a few minutes. So, let's go. Let's talk about the March dilemma of David the Epic series. So, essentially, this problem started back in August 2025 when we created the show. We wanted it to come out in June of 2026. That was our initial deadline. Keep that in mind. September, October, we had been working to get the concept art done. We had been working, and then in November, we really hit production time. That is when we started our schedule. We started to do everything. That was a very important month for recording the audio and dialogue. Right now, we have the audio arranged for the pilot, meaning the dialogue is in the right places. We do not have fixed sound effects or music. Fixed means like permanent, like the final cut. And we have not have the final cut of the dialogue, which is the edited version with all the sound of, like added, like the effects with to the sound. So keep that in mind. The scene that we showed you was not professional. We were gonna show you a new scene, but it would spoil too much. So you already have a scene that I read out that is written, and the audio scene that is semi-professional. Not semi-professional, but not the official cut, but close to it. Not even close to it, I'd say actually. So back to the March dilemma. December, I just had to take a break because I had a vacation coming up, and really, I didn't want to work that much on this specific vacations for personal reasons. Of course, while I was there, I did end up writing the script for one of my, I'd say, best projects ever that I haven't even talked about here, and I probably won't for months, probably, just because I need to focus on the three, which are Power of Music, David the Big Series, and David the Musical. David the Musical is a bit less, but still, I don't want to bring up another project right now, even if I'm working on other ones. So, back to it. We got the March Demo. Where are we? We're in January now. January, we did not have the official concept designs for the 2D characters back then before we decided to change. Now, the 2D animation stuff, we needed to do it. June was just unrealistic by that time, so we had changed it to September. That seemed achievable. And no, before we changed it to September, I thought it was going to take months to animate this show. So I'm like, it's probably going to come out in December. that's 6 months after the initial release date. Like one day I'm gonna end up in maybe a podcast and they're gonna ask, okay, so when is it supposed to come out? I'm like, June, and it's coming out in December. That's 6 months after, and they're gonna be like, what? Like, even I'd be surprised. So I realized that was gonna be very unrealistic because we could do it way faster than that. So I changed it to September, which ended up changing to October later. Now, let's go back. So the January stuff. I had been drawing every single character with a human template I had created. And you can ask my family, my friends, they will tell you how committed I was to drawing these characters. I'd go to events and I'd be drawing them. I'd come from school, I'd be drawing them. I wake up in the morning before school and on weekends. That's all I would be doing in my free time. My free time was dedicated to this kind of stuff. So February, maybe late February, early March, but before March break. I'd been working heavily on this. March break was when I wanted to start animating. So I'd been working heavy to get this ready. And the drawings were all done. I was so happy, okay? You do not understand how much. So I went to start rigging them, which is the animation industry word for giving them bones so you can move their bones around so you can animate them. It did not work out. It was either that it was not going to work out or that it would have taken months for us to just give these characters bones, which in 3D could take like maybe a day to start off and then just an hour or minutes to do in like with experience. So that was not good. And then we had already made decisions to change Power Music and some of our other projects to 3D. So I'm like, what if we change this one? Because it's kind of more important than those ones. And eventually I just ended up giving way, caving in, deciding that was the best decision. Meaning everything that we had done was for nothing. Which is why I like to call January through April 2026 the period of silence. Because it was really the period of time that really meant nothing. Everything that was done in there, like, it meant nothing. There was no meaning in it. Like, it did nothing to advance our projects or our company. And that's 3 entire months. In, like, professional industries, Disney, if for 3 months they do something and it doesn't end up working out, you know how much that's going to cost them, right? Thousands upon tens of thousands upon hundreds of thousands upon millions upon billions of dollars wasted on that one thing. People could get fired just for the fact that it took 3 months and that 3 months meant nothing. We are, and that's not very good. So that's why I really regret that. And May, we really hit a breakthrough with the ability to create the characters in 3D. We had been doing everything else, we had been able to do it in 3D. And May, we just, thank God we were able to do it. And if we had been able to do the stuff in May that, if I like could go back in time, give everything we had right now to myself, whether in November or December or January of this time, I believe that David the Epic series, the official trailer would have been out by now. That the entire series would be done or just about getting done. The pilot episode would have been out for months. And it would have probably released in September, like the hoped second chance release date. There's so many things I wish. What ifs, but you can't turn back time, sadly. So essentially, June we didn't start animating. May neither, and that's why September wasn't realistic. So October, we looked at October. We ended up pushing the initial release dates back 2 weeks, and then we realized October wasn't gonna work either. Now, where we're looking at right now, I'm not gonna tell you if it's like earlier or after, but after the October thing. But yeah, really, it's sad to see how things can change, especially quickly, when you don't have the amount of money, the amount of personnel as people at Disney or 5 and 2 Studios or Angel Studios. Those kind of big name companies that have all these assets to pull from. It's sad. But one day, hopefully with God, we will get there. Now, right now, it has been my decision to reach out and get more people because this is time consuming, very, very. And the other day, I just fell and I was praying because this is obviously not working. So I decided that this month I'm gonna really focus on some things, and then in a few months I'm gonna work on those things, and I'm giving myself the time I need to do these things, and I'm trying to put God into it as much as I can, because without God, none of this would have worked, and none of this is gonna work without God. So I stopped looking at it because um David the Epic series was becoming one thing I had to think of, like morning, afternoon, dinner, and I stopped and I thought, David isn't Jesus. David isn't my God. He isn't the one I'm worshiping, right? Making the show, yes, it does help people see the Bible better and understand Jesus' nature more. But at the end of the day, if it cost me my relationship with Christ, there's no point in making it. Like, even these big name executives like Dallas Jenkins and John Irwin, who made like The Chosen and House of David, they take breaks when they need them. They pray about things all the time. And I did at the start, but after some time, it just felt like I'd forgot, which is something I really don't like. So I'm trying to put God back into the equation because without it, there is no solution. You can't make an equation with God, remove God, and expect the solution to still work. So, yeah. Now, that was the March dilemma. That's everything I wanted to talk about it for it. Now, I did want to put an interview in this video. I had one ready. But then I decided that it was best if we didn't, because I'd like for after the pilot instead that we will post all the interviews of the entire cast and crew doing their own personal interviews about the show and all these stuff, talking about their character and everything, because the pilot would have been out, they would have screen tested it and seen it, so it would have been better that it's gonna be better that way. We're probably gonna have monthly update talks now, because my original plan was to do like 3 videos a week, which is not gonna work. It's probably gonna be like 3 or 4 videos every 2 weeks instead, because that would be easier to manage. And essentially, I'd say that I don't want to record the videos in advance. I want to record them when they need to be recorded, like the day of or the day before, because things can happen. What if I have a huge update or something else happened that has delayed stuff, and I'm posting a video that has happened in the past? Then you don't know about a problem or a major thing until days or weeks after it has already happened. I don't want that. So it's probably going to be placeholder videos that I'm going to mark down. And when I'm ready to record them, I'll record them and then I'll post them straight instead of waiting. Because it's better if I don't schedule it. It's better if I record it and then post it right in the moment. Because I'll know exactly what would have happened. And maybe God made it this way that the June 14th video didn't come out the time it was supposed to for this, because there's so much more I can talk about now and updates and different things I'd love to dive into. Not even just about David the Big Series. We haven't even gotten to Power of Music in this video. It's pretty long right now, I'm assuming. But really, yeah. And I am sorry that David the Big Series isn't out yet. Understand that this is one pilot plus 10 episodes that are all 18 to 25 minutes long this season. 10 episodes this season. I'm telling you that because it's going to change depending on different factors. And then the runtime is also going to change, and it's going to get longer episodes in the future after this season. So understand that, and we're working on all these kind of stuff. So we're trying our best right now. Um, I think that's all I wanted to say for David the Big Series. I really think so. But when there's something more, make sure to come make a video about it, make a post about it, make a short about it. Or you can check us out on Instagram. We'll be trying to post there more often too to build that up as well. Okay, it's time to dive. Sorry, it's time to dive into Power of Music. Sorry. So, Power of Music. Listen. Okay, so as you can see in the video, we were testing the bone structure for the eyes, that which we could open and close them. Priscilla kind of looks a bit different right now from that, but that was just a rig test. Just saying. And we've done so much more. In fact, that was the only one done before. Right now, we have all of those like eye structures done for every single character. Every single character has been created and given all the necessary things. We're just working on giving them like the mouth rig and the body rig, and then we'll be able to animate with the audio once that's done. So really, Power Music is probably gonna come out before David Epic Series. It's obvious, really. I don't know how many episodes we will get of Power Music before that. I want all of the first 6 episodes to come out before, no, before the end of this year. But I don't know if it's gonna. And it's that the episodes are just coming out whenever we finish them, instead of having a seasonal structure. It's just Volume 1 is the collection of the first 6 episodes. So it really does depend on when we get them done. So let's be praying for that as well. Now, as for updates in the Power Music realm, we have been developing shorter content for Power Music as well. So once we've kickstarted this stuff with episode 1 coming out whenever it does, we'll have other like mini episodes as well, songs, short 60 minute lessons, Bible stories in a nutshell, maybe even spin-off shows in the future. Who knows? But the pop music brand is something I'm excited to dive into, especially once it's launched, especially once Volume 1, the first 6 episodes are out. Whenever that does happen, everything is going to start. Okay? I'm telling you, next year is our biggest year by far. And this year is the year of launching everything that needs to be launched in preparation for next year and just launching our projects. Now, when exactly do we think is coming out? Um, Power of Music, I think it should be coming out either later this summer or this fall, starting with the first few episodes. Right now, we were just gonna work on the first episode, but we've decided to work on the first 3 episodes. Um, Not just that we would have multiple episodes releasing at once, but we would have one episode done, we release that, one episode almost done, when it's done, we release that, another one almost done, when it's done, we release that. That would be the structure of what we would try to do. And essentially, that would have worked, and that will work for Power Music. That is our goal. So, Power Music wise, that is all I have to say, I believe. There were other pictures of Power Music that is more updated, that are more updated. I'm not going to show you them just so you don't think we're as far in production as you may think. Because if I showed you, there's this one picture, if I showed you, you would think, oh, you're already like halfway done animating or something. Or, oh, it's being edited. Or, oh, you just have all these characters here. Spoiling it. But, yeah, you'd think much more from it. But really, no, it's just there. All right, time to dive into the first project we've ever done on this channel, which is David the Musical. Now, musical in any capacity. I really enjoyed writing it. It started off as me just writing a cut song of By All Means, which was the original song, but it was so good I decided to replace By All Means with Kingdom Falls. And it's really the perfect way to end off Act 1. And I don't know how exactly I'd like to release it, whether by showing you the entirety of Act 1 plus it, or just it and letting you re-listen to Act 1 simultaneously. It could, I don't know right now. We'll find out once it's officially done. Still in the works right now. Hoping for maybe coming out like August or September. I don't know right now. But yeah. To talk a bit more about the songs. Song 15 really just dives into, I'm spoiling it, but David and Jonathan's friendship. I'll Since I didn't give you the song snippet, I'll give you a bit of a lyric from every single song in this aspect. So from Brave we have if you gave me an arrow, I'd shoot for the sky. That's all you're getting. I can sing it for you. If you give me an arrow, shoot for the sky. That's it. That's it. That's all I'm giving you. Song 16 is about Saul's inner feeling while David rises as a person since the giant fight. Since song 14, which was about like tens of thousands and the people singing that David had killed tens of thousands while Saul only is thousands. His reaction to that kind of stuff. And he my favorite line in that song, Crown, is in one accord, I say we can end this peacefully. And it goes like, in one accord, I say we can end this peacefully. It's it's really different once you've heard the entire song. One of my favorite songs ever. For the sake of it, I'll give you another line from it. What if I become like my father? Booted to the bone. No, yeah. You don't need to hear that other part. It was not even the right part, but still. Now, from song 17, Prove It. That actually came from a cut musical I wrote about 3 or 4 years ago now. It was called Dynasties. We don't need to talk more about it because there is other songs that come in from David the Musical from other things I've written in the past, but we don't need to talk about that right now. This is not the video for it, even though it is a TestaMeant Studios video. Maybe we'll talk about that at the end, but this video is already stretching pretty long, so just want to get to the important parts. So, song 17, Prove It. A line from it is like, prove it, sport, prove you're a team player. I'm not gonna tell you who sings. Like you don't right now. You don't know who sings which line. I'm telling you. So yeah, song 18. This song's pretty. I don't want you to know most of it, so I'm not gonna give you a line from it. Now, song 19, Faithful. It is about um when David goes to Samuel, and he just breaks down because like he's been kicked out of his own home right then, and Samuel has to encourage him. That is in the Bible, by the way. Check it. I don't know which chapter. I will find it, and I will be sad that I did not know before. Now, before oh sorry, I didn't give you 17. So 17 is about Jonathan training David, um, for to be a commander because he becomes a commander in the Bible. Now, song 20. It's really more of just a narrative song than it is like something actually happens in it. So I'd really say it's just Saul's villain song at the point where he's just lost it at this point. I don't think I'm gonna give you a line. I don't think so. Now, Act 2 is pretty good, has some of my favorite songs as well. But Act 2 has 30 songs instead of 20. So there's an entirety of 50 songs in this entire musical, which is crazy. And 40 of them are out. And yeah, Act 2 is going to be crazy. Act 1 is going to end pretty good. And the Kingdom Falls aspect is being worked on. Now, let's talk about something I wanted to do, but I've decided not to do. Um, Reminder, this video was in the past. I recorded it like a month ago now. So, this video talks about merchandise.
Okay, let's talk merchandise. Merchandise is a business's or creator's way of promoting their product in their niche to excite viewers to see and be along and part of the journey of what they're seeing. We have not reached the point where merchandise is absolutely necessary, and it will not do too much for us if we actually started it now. But hopefully, by the end of this year, we will have established ourselves well enough that we can do stuff like merchandising, where you guys can wear like shirts and different things and help us tell people more about this kind of content. And we can't wait for that point where it's not just us trying to advertise it, it's also you guys, our viewers, trying to help us and supporting us. And so I'm just here to tell you that though it's not happening right now, it will happen soon. And
Yeah, that's basically the gist of the merchandise situation. It's also tying into the another video we're gonna show you. But let's get into this one first. About I've been think for this one I've been thinking about moving it further, like what's happening in it to a later date, but because of the David Epic series stuff and the March Dilemma, but I really don't think it would be necessary. I think can still get the amount of content we need out for it. Now, it's called TestaMeant, and let's see what it's about.
okay, guys, you might be wondering why I'm here. So basically, I'm here to talk to you about something very special. So, about 2 weeks ago, from when you're seeing this video, today is June 14th, and basically, this is when we started to do things like make projects and all these kind of stuff about 4 years ago in 2022. And so, something that we really want to accomplish is finishing like David the Big Series, Power of Music, and all these other different projects that are looking very professional, actually, from a standpoint. And and that brings me to our point. We have a lot of different things we want to do, different things we want to launch, like projects, finishing up projects, releasing projects, showing you more behind the scenes, showing you actual stuff. And so, this is my point. TestaMeant. Now, our group or organization is called TestaMeant Studios, and basically, TestaMeant is a series of videos, pretty long videos actually, kind of like a podcast style, you could say, videos that one releases for 8 days in a row, and basically we're going to be talking about our different projects, what we're doing with them, announcing projects, spoiling projects, showing you new behind the scenes, and so much more content. And I'm planning to show you so much there, and even we do not know how much we're going to show you. But yeah, TestaMeant 2026 is something that we are planning to do in November. And that might not seem very soon, but just wanted to let you know and basically get you ready for it. Now, TestaMeant is very big, so we're going to need you guys to keep on sharing our content. We have a pretty cool goal that you're going to hear about in the video that you're probably going to be seeing right now. And yeah, let's get ready for TestaMeant 2026.
All right, so that video, it said November. I think we're gonna stick to November. I think. Now, I was thinking of music moving it, but I don't think we're gonna. And the content recorded, it's probably gonna be me, the director, the directors. So probably gonna be hosted, and then there'll be video segments where you get to watch videos instead of having us talk, and yeah, it's pretty gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna just be like 8 days. Every day there's gonna be like a video coming out that's gonna premiere. I don't know how long the videos are gonna be. They can be pretty long. They can be pretty short. It just depends on it. So more info on that later. And probably gonna have to make another video dedicated just to TestaMeant Studios because this June 14th video has been very focused on the projects. Now let's get to our final thing before we end off. Our final video, which is about our social initiative, which is our goal, okay? And we're going to need your help for this one on both YouTube and Instagram.
500, 1,000, 150,000, 2,000, 1,000,000, 35,000,000. Those are some very big numbers, and numbers that we are hoping to accomplish. Maybe not 35 million, but you understand my point. YouTube is a social media platform that can be very harsh, especially to small businesses, especially Christian ones that are looking to grow. Now, when you first see someone like me or what I'm doing or anybody involved in what I'm doing, you could think, oh, this is some indie, maybe not professional project that is cool. Maybe I'll get a few subscribers, maybe a few people who will pay attention. That is not what I'm aiming for. What I'm aiming for is to create a biblical Christian project, you could say, that is willing to do the things that no one else is willing to do. Create shows and movies and musicals and all these different things for the Bible and for God and for Christianity as a whole. Now, this is not going to be possible if you just have a little under 70 subscribers. This is not going to be possible if you have a little under 100. Now, this is going to be possible if we have the funds to do it, mostly, if we have the support to do it, and if we have the recognition to do it. So that is why, from here on out, by the end of the year, we have a goal to reach 500 or 1,000 subscribers. That may seem very big, but we're already about 10% through that 500,000 goal and 5% through that 1,000 goal. And that took about a year to do, but I believe that if we all came together, shared this kind of content, liked, subscribed, did whatever we could, posting it on social media, that we could get those numbers, maybe even more, by the end of the year. Now, mostly why I'm saying this is because this kind of content is not going to get to the people it needs to in such a small region. But there are thousands of people I know who needs to see something like this. So we are working very hard to get you the pilot episode for David the Big series that will motivate people to actually want to see these kind of things, and that will show you that this is not just a project by a kid that's going to be, oh, it's not going to be pretty professional. No, it's something else, okay? There are so many other people involved that could tell you even more about this. And I can tell you that this is not an ordinary project. This is not something like that you would see on YouTube that's poorly edited or roughly animated. This is something that could actually compete with the biblical media that we are seeing in our everyday lives. This is something that, though it's not live action, will look like something that is beyond amazing for teens and adults to watch, even if it's animation. This is something that I believe is actually going to change the world. So, are you willing to be on that journey? Are you willing to change the world? Let's reach 500.
Alright, so across our YouTube page and across our Instagram page, starting, I believe, today, we're going to be posting images, videos, statements, all about the things that we're going to be doing, like updates. And in every one, it's going to have the social initiative that we just said there, that we just have there. It's always going to have that every single video from now on until we do reach it. Every single Instagram post is going to have hashtag let's reach 500 TestaMeant Studios. Now, if you want to help, share, tell people to subscribe or to like and share the content to groups that you're in or anybody. But or on your social media, whether you're big or small or it's just your private social media, post the social initiative that we just had there. I think we'll be able to have a link to it. You can download it, post it, put hashtag let's reach 500 TestaMeant Studios, and it's gonna help. So thank you in advance. We are trying to reach 500 or 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And what that does is that by 500, we can you can actually help us by donating to us. And right now you can pray for us, but donating, it's really going to help us because right now everything that we do is voluntary. But the second money gets into it, more professionalism can come into the project, especially since people that need to be paid and that will do this for money, it'll become more of a high quality project because of it. And you will also be able to join our channel, which means you can pay monthly for early access to videos, different perks, and so much more. So many updates. You could even, depending on when we reach it, you could see full episodes earlier. You could see trailers earlier. You could see so many things. You could see special live streams too. Really, by 500 we can do that, but by 1,000, that's where you really need to come in. By 1,000 subscribers, we need you to watch our videos not just once, not just twice, as many times as you can before you get bored. Because once we reach 1,000, we can apply to be in the YouTube partnership program and earn ad revenue, which means every time we have a video, depending on the number of views, there will be ads in the video, sadly. That is the way it has to be. But we'll be getting paid, which means that we can add more professionalism to this project. Which is why Let's Reach 500 or 1,000 TestaMeant Studios is something we're working towards. And by the end of this year, too. So we can add more professionalism. Even if it's not going to be in season 1 or volume 1 of Five Music or act 1 of David the Musical. As long as it can be, it can happen. 2027 is going to be the best year for us. 2027 is when people will stop thinking that, oh, this is just a kid's show that's made by a kid that's not even well edited. Nothing like the professionals ones that we see today. No, this is how we show them that it's not. That is so much more than that. Let's reach 500, 1,000 TestaMeant Studios is the way to go. So please, I'm not asking you to watch this entire video fully. I'm not asking you to watch this video more than once. I'm asking you to actively help us by reaching out to your community, to your family, telling them to share it to people. The more you share, the more you can do stuff. It's really crazy how well communities can come together and do these kind of things. And if every one of our 64 subscribers just told about 10 people, we'd be past 600. And you guys told, if you guys went above and beyond and you told, like, what, 20 people, we'd be even past that, you realize. We'd probably be at 1,000, more than 1,000. All because of that. So please, we are begging you. We're not begging you, we're just asking. We want you to help us by sharing this goal. Now, this is the end of our TestaMeant Studios, what would have been June 14th day. And thank you for watching this video. I know it's probably the longest one we've ever had, but there was so much that we needed to put into this one. So thank you. We thank you for staying this long. And as always, thank you, legends. Peace out.